Hi guys, thanks for clicking to my channel. In today's video, we are going to learn how to cut and sew off shoulder short gown. If you are interested, let's start. So this is my folding paper. So the first thing, I'm going to place my tape 5 inches upward, this pattern. Then I will mark the bust, which is 10 inches. Then I'll come down and mark the underbust, which is 13 inches. And I'll come down and mark the half length, the waistline, which is 16 inches. So I'm going to make a straight line here. This is the bust, and I'm going to indicate the underbust, and this is the waist line, which is 16 inches, and the remaining 1 inches is going to serve as allowance. So let me label it. This is the bust, and this is underbust, and this is the waistline. So once I've done this, the next thing, I'm going to mark out the nipple to nipple. So the nipple to nipple is 8 inches. I'm going to divide it by 2. This is 4 inches. I'm going to mark out 4 inches. Then I'll come down to the underbust. I will mark out 3.5. And I will also mark 3.5 to the waistline. So I'm going to connect the waist to the underbust. Then I'll connect it to the bust line. So guys, after this, I'm going to make my darts. So I'll take my tape to the underbust. I will come out here by 2 inches for the dart space. So I also extend it to this waistline, the 2 inches. Then I will connect it together. So once I connected the two together, so I'm going to connect it to the nipple here. So what I'm going to do, I will just place my curve ruler, then I will center this nipple here, then I will curve it like so. So guys, after this, I will take my tape again to this shoulder line here. I will mark out, this place is 4 inches, I mark out 4.5 to this shoulder here. The bust is 4 inches, so I mark out 4.5 there. Then I will connect it together. Just make a straight line to the side, to the chest line. Now I will come out by 1.5 from this right hand side. So I will just come out by 1.5, then I will connect it together with the nipple here. So this is it. So after that, the next thing to do, I'm going to just cancel all this dart leg, because I'm going to cut out all this side. So I will mark out everything to the downside. So I'm going to cut it out. So now the next thing, I'm going to divide my shoulder into 2. So my shoulder is 15 inches, whereby to that's 7.5. So I mark out 7.5 here. Then this dart space here, I'm going to return it, the 1.5, I'll return it. Then from this bust line here, I'll come up by 2 inches for the chest line. So I'm going to make a line to this chest line here. Then the next thing, I'm going to make a straight line from this shoulder to this armhole. So it's going to serve as my armhole. That's just space. Then I'm going to curve that side. Before I curve it, I will mark out my bust measurement. The bust circumference divided by 4, which is 36. That's 9. I'm going to mark out 9. Then the dart space here, which is 1.5, I'm going to return it. So that is 10.5. Then I now make a curve to this armhole side. So once I'm through with that, I will go ahead to just extend it. I'll mark out the waistline, the waist circumference divided by 4. Then whatever you have, just mark it, and then we are going to return that space, so that in order not to have a short in that area. So I'm going to connect it together like so. So I just make a straight line here to connect from the bust to the underbust and to the waistline. So after that, I will just mark like 1 inch for the allowance, for the sewing allowance. So 1 inch for all the side, then I will connect it together like so. Then I back just for my neck side here, I will just come down by 2 inches for the neck width. So because I'm going to curve this side, so I just curve it to that side. Then it's going to be like love shape. Now I'm going to cut it out. So just make sure you blend everything. Then I'll start from here and cut out the dark space here. So I'm going to cut out the excess of this. Then from this nipple side here, after cut out the neck, then the nipple side there, I'm going to just notch this side and make sure that everything is equal, so that by the time I will join it, it won't be shift. So I'll just notch that side. So guys, this is the front part. So I will now I'll cut out the back piece now. So this is my pattern for the back piece. I already labeled it. So this is the bust, under bust, and the waist. So this is the zipper side here with 1.5 inches. So the first thing I'm going to do from this zipper side here, there on the bust area, I will just come out by like half inches. So I'm just going to trim that place off, so for my sleeve not to have body. So I will just mark half an inch and connect it together. Then the nipple to nipple, which is 8, so I divided by 2, which is 4 inches. So that's 4 inches here. Now from this waistline, I come out by half an inch for the both side, half an inch. So it's going to serve as my dart space. So I'm going to connect it to the nipples, to the bust line. So I will just connect it downward like this also. So that's my dart for the back. So just come out like half an inch for the both sides. So in this piece I will not cut it out, but when I'm sewing it I will just hold that side. Now I'm moving to the next side. I place my tape like 5 inches upward, like the way I did in the front. Then I come down here to shape it. I want the back side to be lower than the front side. Just shape it anyhow you like, but this is how I want my own to be. So now the bust circumference divided by 4, whatever you have, just mark it. And also the under bust divided by 4, and the waistline divided by 4, just mark it. Then after this, then this dark space, you are going to replace it. Then you are going to connect it together. Now I'm going to be cutting it now. So once I've cut it, I'll cut out the next side also, and the excess from the side I'll cut it out. So this is the front. Now I'm going to place the front to the back, so I make sure that everything is equal. So if there's any issue, I have to adjust it so everything is equal now, as you can see. So the next thing I use it to cut out the fabric. So this is the main fabric. I use 3 yards of Ankara fabric. So this is it. I cut out the back. This is the back and the back lining also, and this is the front with the lining and the body that I'm used to. I will just use pressing iron to press this side to make sure that everything is gone. Then this is the side front with the lining. So this is it. So now the next thing, I've used the lining to turn the back, and I've already placed my dart. So this is my dart space here for the back, And this for the front also. So I've already joined the side front with the center front. So this is it, and the lining is also here. So the next thing, I've already joined the lining also. So the next thing, I just use the lining to turn this front like the way I turn the back. So just turn it. So make sure you just set it first with it and turn it with the lining. Just place the lining on top like this and use like half inch to stitch all the sides. So now this is the downside. All the length is going to be like 36. So this is the downside after removing the upper side, which is the half length, which is 16 inches. So this is going to be the downside, just like a skirt. So this is the fabric. I will just make sure that I notch this side because it's going to be more than the, like 2 inches more than the main in the lining, because I'm going to use that lining to turn it. So I'm going to stop here. The remaining length is going to be 20, because when I remove 16 from 36, I'm going to have 20. So this 20, and I just added like 2 inches for the joining allowance for the downside from the hemming side. So I've used it to turn the lining like this anyway, so that the lining will not be able to come out. So the next thing, I will just place it like this, then I will cut it out. Make sure the lining is 2 inches below the main fabric. So this is it. Then I'm going to be cutting it. I'll cut out the front piece and also the back piece. Just go and use the lining to turn it from downside to the upper side. So now I've already joined it. Then I've already joined it to the half length. So this is it after joining it. So this is the joining side. I'm going to weave that side. Then I'll place the back to the front like this. So this is the back side on top of the front. Now for this back, I'm going to join this side together because I'm going to place this zip. So this is the zip. I will just insert my zip here, then I will close all the other side. So once I've done this, the next thing, I will be taking the bust measurement. The bust circumference divided by 2, which is 36 divided by 2. I have 18 here. I'm going to mark out 18 inches here. Then I'll come down to the waistline, which is 32. So that's divided by 2. I'm going to have like 16 inches. So I mark out 16 inches here also. And move to the hip line, which is 42. So divided by 2, I'm going to have like 21 inches. Then I'm going to mark it also. So this is it. I just mark it with my chalk. Then I will take it to the machine and hold it. But from this downside, I will reduce 2 inches from that 42. I have 40 here, so that to have a nice shape. So I just mark 20 inches instead of that 21. Then depending on how you want it to be shaped, so that place will be able to pencil. Then I'm going to hold it like this. So guys, after this, so this is it. We have joined our gown. Now the next thing, I want to place my sleeve. I'll just measure this armor side, whatever you have in. So this is like 6 inches. So this is the sleeve. The length of this sleeve is 20 inches. Then I added like just 2 inches for the joining allowance for the hemming side. So this is the 6 inches that I carve out. So I'm going to just place this one. I will just stitch it with half an inch. This hemming side here. Then I will stitch it before I will now join it together. And it's going to have something like flayed at the sleeve side. So I'm going to fold this one just the way we normally fold our peplum. So I just fold this into 2. Then I'm going to curve this angle here. That's like a circle. Then I will now cut it out. So after cutting this side like so, so the next thing I'll just make it to be longer because I'm going to pleat it. So I will open one side from this side. So the length of this one is like 6 inches. So then I'm going to open one side. So just make sure that you just cut it like that. So make it to be longer so that it will be easy for you to be pleating it to the sleeve. So this is, I'm going to join everything together. So this is, I'm going to pleat it to that sleeve now. So now this is after pleating it to the sleeve. So I'll just be pleating it and be giving it just like a gathers so that everything will be full. So after pleating it, so this is the final look. You can see, so lovely. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. So this is our sleeve now, and this is the gown. So the next thing, just use your iron to press everything to make it to be nice. So I love it. As you can see, thanks so much for watching. So till we meet in the next class, bye bye. Thank you.